So today I thought I would do a request for you because I wore this makeup look in my Tria 4X laser first impressions video, and I got quite a lot of comments saying that it was really pretty makeup, and quite a few of you requested it also. So thank you for your lovely compliments, and I hope you found that video very informative. I believe this will be the next video you see after that if I haven't put my favourites out beforehand. I don't really know the order, but I'll link other things that have come before this one in this thing. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. I would suggest you grab quite a few blending brushes because we're working with colour today and it can be a little bit tricky, so important to have a couple at least clean blending brushes just so you can flip between them all and you're not having to wipe them up every 20 seconds. If not, then have a towel handy just so you can rub the product off. Top tips for today's tutorial session. So if you want to recreate this look, let's get to it. The first thing that I'm going to show you is this Colour 24-Hour Tattoo Eye Studio Maybelline thingies. I love the bronze one, I use this all the time. This is in the colour Light in Purple. It's just a really pretty shimmery kind of icy purpley blue. I'm going to take that on my ring finger and place it all around the eye. Take it underneath. And you want to be doing a thin layer of this because the more you put on, obviously, even though this is an eye base and it shouldn't crease, you're going to be putting products over the top, so you want to go for like really thin layers that you can kind of build up. We're just going to wait for that to dry a little bit. It's just a little bit tacky, it's not actually wet. Excuse my weird faces. Once done, I'm going to take Everlasting Navy, which is a really pretty blue colour. It's like a deeper blue. And I'm going to take my middle finger and place this just on the lid. So I kind of want to press this one to get the colour down. Try not to put it too far into the crease as well. I always find that if you're putting a dark base on, any kind of like jewel tones and stuff generally pop out more, and because those are the colours we're going to be using today, this is just going to make it pop. If you've got a black base and you don't have a blue or something like that, then feel free to use that. Or if you don't have any kind of coloured bases and you just want to use something like the Rimmel Exaggerate one, which is really good, or a MAC paint pot in like soft ochre or something just like the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, feel free to do that if you don't have anything that's kind of colourful. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my palette. So I've got this colour, which is Vanilla Bean by Makeup Geek. I've got Beaches and Cream, and I've got, I believe this is Creme Brulee. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place down this Vanilla Bean colour all on this area and kind of slightly into the crease, followed by this one, followed by this one, and this is just going to create that kind of nice warm gradient. So I'm going to take Vanilla Bean on a big fluffy brush. This is a Kiko one. You can use any kind of fluffy brush, back to 224, something just a little bit wider and fluffier than kind of a smaller crease brush. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of, it's hitting this crease, but it's not kind of covering that blue too much. And what this is going to do is just kind of provide you with a nice even base where you're not going to get your brush stuck or anything because the base is tacky. It's just going to make blending things out much easier. If you have a translucent powder or your face powder, you could use that as your first colour as well. It doesn't really matter. On the same brush, I'm going to go in with that Beaches and Cream colour. Anything kind of peachy is fine. And we're going to pop that nearly all the way up to the brow. zoomed you in a little bit more so you can see. Next I'm going to go in with the even darker one, which is this one here. And again, through the crease, and you're just blending that out. When you get to this edge, kind of just flick it slightly. The trick to any kind of smoky eye is blending. The more you blend, the more seamless the kind of colour gradient gets. And you'll see in a second we're going to put some serious blue on here, but because you've already laid down this colour, everything's just going to look nice. And I find that anything like purpley or blue or navy works really nicely with this kind of like warmer toned browns. We're then going to take an angled brush. You can see I've used this for the other eye. This is the MAC 239 brush. I'm going to take some of that navy base that we used beforehand on the tip of the brush. And I'm just going to pop this along the lower lash line. Don't go all the way in, kind of concentrate it on the outside, because we're going to put a lighter colour in here later. Now for the fun part. So we're going to go in with Center Stage by Makeup Geek. This is one of the foiled shadows. It's absolutely beautiful. And that flat stiff brush. You can use your finger for this if you want to. It's not a big deal. I prefer to use brushes because, as you can see, I'm a messy pup anyway and it just gets everywhere. And what you're going to do is concentrate this on the outside. We're going to go about 2/3 over and just press it into that base. Not only will this help your colour stick, but it's also going to prevent some fallout. You can, if you want, hold a tissue underneath your eye. These don't really tend to fall out on me, even though I've already done my base. So it's not really an issue. You can also take a little bit of that on this corner and kind of join it at the edge. On the same brush, just flip it over. I'm going to be taking Pegasus, which is another foiled shadow by Makeup Geek. These are now available from Beauty Bay if you're in the UK, which is amazing. I'm sorry to those of you who weren't aware of that before and are in the UK, because I realise I've just forced you to spend a lot of money. So what we're going to do is we're going to pat that on the inner corner and kind of overlap it. This is how you get that really pretty kind of gradient. So if it's not blending how you want, flip your brush over again. And you're just going to continue to do that until you get kind of the blend that you want. So try not to swipe a lot, but you can swipe a little bit. You're kind of just trying to get that nice blend between the two colours so you don't get a harsh line there. When they look even, hopefully. I'll realise they're not when I edit this. You're going to take same brush, same colour, and you're going to pop it on the inside. Pull a weird face while you're doing it because you have to. And kind of blend it into that. Don't worry if you go too far down, we can do a clean up with concealer and stuff afterwards, it's not a biggie. Now what I'm going to do is take a clean-ish, unless you've used it for the other eye. This is a 250 by Coastal Scents. It's just a kind of smaller blending brush. And I'm going to start in that outer corner and I'm going to bring this blue up slightly. So you're just kind of blending it into the brown. You can kind of blend this corner as well. Be a little bit messy with it. We're going to put liner on and stuff, so it doesn't really matter. You want to be looking at the other side, obviously, to try and get it the same, because that's kind of the aim here. Now I'm going to go and take the colour Rule by MAC. If you've got kind of a plain matte bright orange, that will do. I'm going to go in with a clean Coastal Scents brush. You can use a MAC 222 or whatever it's called. I'm going to take some of that orangey colour and just place it in that crease. Can you see how that gradient is just really pretty now? And hopefully matches the other side. Maybe we need some more orange in there. Now we're going to move on to liner, and this is going to get very tricky for me to try and keep in camera and to do it at the same time. So I'm kind of show you the technique and then probably disappear, to be honest. As I have explained to you guys before, let me tilt my mirror up so I can see. I like to press. I'm using the Soap and Glory Super Cat liner, by the way. It's got a nice felt tip. You can use gel if you prefer and use a brush. So I'm going to press the side of the pen against my lash line just to build up a bit of a line. I'm going to go all the way in, try and get thinner as you go in. And then what you can do is get that bit of fluff off your lashes, which I don't know why it's there for. Go back and thicken it up. Now, you want to look at your wing and you want to try and get it even. This is the tricky part. Now, as you would have just seen, I always like to go in with a MAC 263 or something really thin and pointed. And just like I showed you in that other video where I did liner, this is really fine. I always have a little bit of a makeup wipe and I like to dampen the end and then just flick it to get that sharp point. And hopefully they look pretty even. If they're not, doesn't matter, you can put lashes on which will hide it. You can put mascara on. We're going to do a lot of mascara, so it's not really an issue. As long as it's pretty similar, no one really is going to be studying your makeup unless, I don't know, unless you're a makeup freak like us. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eyelash curlers. These are the Kevin Aquan ones, and like I always show you, open your eyes, clamp it at the base of the lash, squeeze, 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 and we're putting a little bit of something in my shadow right now, which I'm going to clean up in a second. Pull up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Can you see that? It's from these. Not very happy. We're going to clean that up. If you make a boo-boo, take a clean brush or something, or a Q-tip. Blend it away. Gone. The next thing that I'm going to do is use the Smashbox LayerLash Primer. It's white and scary, but it makes your lashes look amazing, so it's fine. The black is going to cover it. It's the only primer that I've actually tried where it doesn't make my lashes look grey when I put my black mascara over the top. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Thank you, Ali, if you're watching, for educating me on this. Next, I'm going to use my favourite mascara, which is the Lash Sensational by Maybelline. we're just going to work this until it covers all of the white that we just put on. So start from the base of the lash and wiggle up. You can tie it on its end and kind of feather the lash out. Use the wide side to clean up any clumps. And then we're going to go in on those bottom lashes as well. Now let's zoom you out and do the rest of the face. So I've got this Urban Decay lipstick and it's in the colour Naked. This is quite pinky nude for me. I don't normally do a pinky nude, but it looks really pretty. So I'm just going to apply that straight from the bullet. I really like these lipsticks. I think they're really comfortable. Then what I'm going to do is use my Honey, what is this called again? Honey Bronze highlighter from the Body Shop, and I like to use that with an angled brush. Quite a small one, like not my Sigma one. I've got this small one from, I don't even know what the brand is, but you can tell it's smaller than normal. And I just swizzle that in here, and then we highlight. Ooh, can you see that? It's subtle, but that's what I like about it. I'm not really a highlight kind of girl, to be honest. But I love this. You can build it up and it doesn't look cakey or horrible or glitter bally either. Then I'm going to take a bronzer. This is Golden Rinse Studio Sculpt Defining Bronzing Powder by MAC. It's from their last summer collection, whatever it was, I can't remember. I'm taking this on an angled, what is this, F40 brush by Sigma. And we're just going to do where you would naturally catch the sun. So cheekbones, top of forehead. You guys have seen me do this a million times. A little bit on the nose, a little bit on the chin. Take it under if you've got any chins to hide. And then for blush, I'm going to go in with Fleur by Fleur. And then for blush, I'm going to go in with Fleur Power. I'm not even going to bother trying to say that again and cut it out. Fleur Power by MAC. This is a satin finish. It's pretty matte, to be honest. Just a nice kind of pinky colour. I think Rimmel will do a colour that's very similar to this. It's less peachy pink and more pink, but it would still go beautifully. And I'm just going to use the same brush as I did for my highlight and plonk that on the apples of my cheek. So we're going to focus on the apples and then blend it back into that bronzer so you don't get any like weird lines going on. And that is the finished look. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna do some little modelly posing for you now. I think this would be quite a dramatic prom look, but if you have like a really simple dress, I think this could be really pretty. You could do a nude rather than a pink, you know, pink nude lip. You could do lashes if you wanted to. This would be good for a night out. You could tone it down. You could put brown underneath the bottom so you don't have blue all the way around. You could do this with purple. Like the basics are always the same for a smoky eye. So you want to be doing some nice transition colours in the crease. And then basically, if you've got a nice warm colour in there, like soft brown from MAC, something similar to that, then you can kind of put any colour on the lid and do what I did. Darker version of it on the outside, lighter version of it on the inside, nice transition colour in the crease, you know, wing liner. It's really easy. The basics are always the same. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was requested, so hopefully, I think I made it a little bit better than last time. I was kind of in a bit of a rush. It was actually Andy's idea to do blue makeup. I was having a bit of a panic yesterday and I didn't know what to wear. And I was kind of bored of my usual like brown. I always do brown, don't I? So yeah, I thought there should be like nice range of like expensive and non-expensive budget products for you. I know there's some Maybelline in there, some MAC, that I gave you enough alternatives, I hope so. I will list everything that I use in the box down below, which you should always read because it has all the things that you need in it if you want to find me anywhere else. I hope you enjoyed this and I will see you in the next one. Click a thumbs up if you liked it and you want more tutorials. Leave me some questions for a Q&A because I'm going to do that soon. So leave me questions down below, or any requests that you might have, or if you're doing prom, because I think prom season's coming up and you want a specific look, then tweet me or Instagram me a picture of that look and I will try and recreate it for you. Hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye! Hot chocolate. Get my models on and I've got a fucking goatee.